experience bad dreams? In case we haven't met yet, I'm jessxgoh. I'm the sole founder of Life and Confidence. There are 3 patterns that I'm noticing when people are asking me that question. And this is a common question and concern that I hear from my clients and participants attending to my trauma recovery workshops and full moon trauma clearing ceremonies. And the first pattern is that they're either on antidepressants or antipsychotic medication, and that's suppressing old memories of trauma, and that is showing up in their subconscious mind through their dreams. The second pattern that I'm noticing is unresolved trauma from a member of a family being murdered, and they can't get that out of their head. Or it could be an impact of their upbringing, and it was so traumatic that they haven't successfully resolved it, and so they keep remunerating the past over and over again. And this shows up as bad dreams and nightmares. And the third pattern is entities. So perhaps there is an entity or entities hooked onto your energetic field. They're feeding your subconscious mind and your conscious mind through a programming of fear, and they will show up in your dreams, and it can usually look very luciferic, where it's an illusion, where they're enticing you to something with some form of seduction or a bait, and they want you to take the bait, so you create a soul contract with them in order for them to program you on a deeper level. So you might be thinking, what do I do if I'm experiencing these constant bad dreams or nightmares? So the thing is, I am not a physician, doctor, clinical psychologist or psychiatrist. So if you are taking antidepressants or antipsychotic medication, please consult with them in regards to how you can manage that if you're experiencing bad dreams or nightmares, and also look and research into the side effects of every drug that you're taking. I am happy to share with you a YouTube channel that could help you wean off prescriptive medication, and for you to educate yourself and understand how they work on a deeper level. And that YouTube channel is called Alternative to Meds Center. You can click on the link below if you want to check that out. And it's a really great resource for you to really educate yourself, rather than just solely relying and trusting the advice from your doctor or your psychiatrist. It's always good to have another perspective on this, so definitely do your research around this if you're taking medication. The other thing is, have you actually worked through your childhood traumas at its core? What have you tried to look into this, to heal this, to purge this and release this out of your system, so you're not constantly recycling the past over and over again? And really consider, what has worked and what hasn't worked. And if you feel that you've tried different things, or maybe you're just starting out and the mainstream stuff isn't working for you, then you might be interested in attending Transforming Trauma weekend workshop that I'm hosting in Melbourne and in Tokyo. So click on the links below to check that out, because this will be focusing on clearing and purging out childhood, ancestral and past life trauma that's keeping you stuck in karmic patterns and old ways of being. There would also be family constellations as well, And this would trigger and bring up some old woundings for you to emotionally, energetically, psychologically, and physically purge it out. And I will guide you some processes for you to do that, so you can clear up your energetic container, so you can feel lighter and more at peace with yourself and what has occurred in the past. And there will be light language activations, quantum meditation, and body work, Tai Chi, core energetics, bioenergetics, and so much more. So I highly recommend you click on the links below to check them out. And I also do offer a VIP ticket if you feel called to have the personalized one-to-one support as well as the workshop. So that's something that's definitely worthwhile looking into. And if you want to learn more, if this is the right experience for you moving forward in your healing journey, you can click on the link below to book a free clarity call with myself on Zoom, which is a free online consultation, just to see if we're the right fit to potentially work together at the workshop and potentially privately, how you can finally come out of it the other side. Then you have entities. So you might be thinking, how on earth did I get entities hooked on me? Do they really exist? So, you might be wondering, how on earth can people get such a bad place when they drink alcohol, right? Just a few drinks and they can go berserk. Or why is it that little kids are attacking each other in childcare centers and in schools, right? With these bullies. And these are the influences of either unresolved childhood trauma or an entity attack. And the entity is feeding off the energy of that human being and programming their subconscious mind and their conscious mind, thinking that someone is out to get them. So they go in and start attacking people because of these thoughts that they're hearing in their head, which are really not their true thoughts. So entities can come through us, whether it's through childcare centers, schools, hospitals, pubs, even in shopping malls, concerts, airports, where there's a large gathering of people, and also places where people are vulnerable as well, which is why I mentioned pubs and hospitals and also schools and childcare. So the entity is basically just looking for a human being to attach itself to. So they use this as an energy source, just the way we do it with animals. We feed them with all sorts of nasty stuff just so they can get bigger and grow faster, and then we kill them in a very inhumane way and feed off that. And that lowers our consciousness because we take on their suffering and their antibiotics and hormones and the foods that they shouldn't be eating, and we're eating that. So we take on that energy. That's the same thing with entities. So they're feeding off our energy, and when they're feeding off our energy, we're also receiving that energy, and it's bringing us down in a lower vibration. So when you focus on bringing yourself into a higher vibrational state with your consciousness, with your energy levels, with your emotions, with your thoughts, then it's a lot more easier to be able to see things clearly and to make sense of your dreams. And I definitely had entities coming through my dreams, especially when I was going through a fruit detox for 3 months. And I was seeing all of these temptations, like, here's a pizza, here's a lasagna, right? And I'm like, no, I'm not eating that crap. And I'm vegan now. I'm not eating that stuff. And I could see that I was being tempted. All these comfort foods that I used to enjoy eating. And it was just a hook, a bait for me to fall for it. And I've realized that through these dreams, because you're in a trance state, it's easy to say yes and go for it. And then I would wake up thinking, did I just eat that cheese in the fridge? in my dreams. And I also remembered recalling an entity raping me. And when I realized that happened, I'm like, no, I'm not taking this anymore. So then I started to bash the crap out of that entity and rape them. So I was trying to break that cycle of allowing entities to trick me, to bait me, and to violate me. And when I started to break that cycle by saying no, by not allowing that to happen or to attack them as soon as I realized what was happening, that was my way of starting to bring my consciousness into the dreams to break that cycle. And I haven't really received bad dreams as much. And what would help is to start clearing up what is weighing you down. How are you engaging in toxicity? Is it through porn? Because that's where entities hang around. Is it through alcohol, taking drugs? Is it vaping? Is it feeding yourself with processed, highly fatty junk food? All of these things. Are you a workaholic? Do you spend time in nature? Do you even spend time for yourself? Do you make time for connection with your loved ones? So these are so many different ways that you need to look at in where you're giving your power and your energy away to such toxicity. And this is how you can start protecting your energy levels as well, is through self-care. And if you feel that you are ready to go deeper and breaking these soul contracts that you've made with the entities or with your family members and your ancestors in the past, I highly recommend that you check out my full moon ancestral trauma clearing circle, because that's what we're going to focus on, is breaking soul contracts, burning them, and starting to break the chains of our family lineage that is no longer serving you, so you can finally rewrite your history. So if you feel called to join me, please click on the link below and it will bring you to a different page for you to register. So you can join me via Zoom and also for my in-house ceremony at my place, if there's any spots left. And if you feel you got some insights around as to why you're experiencing bad dreams or nightmares, or if you have any further questions, please comment below and give this video a like, and feel free to share it with your loved ones who need to hear this, that are suffering through nightmares and panic attacks from these bad dreams. Because dream time is actually real. It's real in the quantum field, not real in the physical world, because we experience it in a different reality. You need to be aware of that. So when we're in dream time, we're in a trance state, because we're not in our logical mind trying to think things through. We're exploring the quantum realm. The other thing is that I have worked with clients who do suffer from panic attacks and nightmares and struggle to have a good night's sleep. And I have successfully helped them to finally not experience any more nightmares and bad dreams, because I was able to help them to clear up the unresolved trauma that they've experienced in their childhood upbringing from abuse and rape and domestic violence. And also I performed a particular entity removal on them as well. So they feel like a completely different person. They feel lighter and brighter, they have more energy, they can sleep better at night now, and they're getting so much rest that they didn't experience before. So this is my personal and professional experiences in overcoming bad dreams and nightmares. And if you feel like you got something from this, please subscribe to my YouTube channel and please consider what I have to offer to help you to move forward by clicking on the links below, whether it's Transforming Trauma Weekend Workshop or my Full Moon Ancestral Trauma Clearing Circle, or if you feel called to work with me privately, which you can also click on the link below where you can book a free clarity call with me via Zoom. May this serves you, my love, and remember to choose love over fear, because love is your natural state and it's the only place to be. And when you're in a place of love, entities will not get the best of you and you won't be living in the past anymore.